really went to the basket early and couldn't convert, and so they jumped out. And then I thought Allen kind of kept us in there early, made some shots, some tough shots, but good shots. And then once we got everybody moving, we started to get our offense on track. We moved really well without the ball. We are helping each other. Joe had a really good first half, really solid. Uh, it was really, Allen and Joe really were solid. I thought Jesse gave us some good minutes in there. He rebounded it. He still doesn't he still bobbles a lot of balls, but he's gotten to play. This was, really the first time this year Marek just struggled right out of the gate. He just had 4 turnovers. He just got off to a bad start and got in foul trouble and just couldn't get anything going. But Jesse did a good job in the middle. I mean, he's obviously there's balls he's got to get to, and defensively there was some issues out there. But we just they attacked us inside. Our 3-point defense was fine. They attacked our inside with Usher and obviously Wright. We know Wright's going to hurt us in there, but Usher got just way too many. Our forwards got to do a better job helping back in there. We got 3 guys back there, and they've got Wright and Usher, and we didn't do a good enough job on them defensively in there, and we just made some mistakes. We got the lead, and Joe had a really bad turnover. And then Marek had a really bad turnover when we had the lead in the second half. And when you're on the road, or when you're playing a good team, which obviously they're very good, I think, you can't make bad turnovers that give them layups at the other end. And we did that 2 or 3 times, and the game got away from us. But they battled hard. They're battling, they're trying. We just haven't been good enough in these games. But I think Wright is, one of the better big guys in the league, and I thought they did the things they had to do, and we did them for a while, but we weren't consistent, and we made some uncharacteristic bad turnovers. This is really the first really bad game Marek has had probably in 2 years. He just couldn't get it going tonight. The first play, he drew a charge, they didn't call it. And he just could never get going today. But Georgia Tech's very good. It was they made the plays they had to make.
Thank you. The first question we're going to start with is from Donna Ditota.
Jim, you talked a little bit about Georgia Tech inside, and can you just describe a little bit more about what the issue was? The ball was getting into the mid post, and then sort of it looked like the forwards were having trouble locating those guys along the baseline too.
The forwards just weren't good defensively tonight. They got beat backdoor a couple times, kind of standing watching the play. When a guy dribbles in there, particularly Usher, that's the forward's response. He's got to be back there and helping. They really weren't throwing the ball out. The forward didn't have to worry about the 3-point line. We have 3 guys back there, and they have 2, Wright and Usher, and we have to be able to do a better job defensively. For a while we did, but then after a certain point in the second half, they just got the ball into Usher, and he got to the basket. Our forwards need to get in front of that, and we just did a very poor job defensively there, no question about it. And when you're playing poorly on defense there, you can't make turnovers that lead to baskets at the other end. We made 2 or 3. Joe, in the first half, Joe was getting the lanes and getting the shot right up or moving the ball. In the second half, he was stopping, and now they have a chance to get the passing lanes. And this is normally a game I think Kadari would be able to get to the basket. He just had a rare bad. He's played really well, but he just had a bad night. He couldn't make anything. He got to the basket like where he always does. He got 5, really good looks at the basket, and just couldn't convert them. That you're going to have games like that, and this was a game like that for him tonight.
Next, we're going to go to Mike Waters.
Jim, you took a while with your team before you came on here, and I was wondering what you said to them, maybe particularly as you're looking here at the last stretch of the regular season in the ACC tournament.
Well, we'll talk about all that tomorrow. This was just about this game, what we had to do better, and that revolved around some bad turnovers and some, our defense inside. Those were really the two things we talked about. We talk about those every game. Every time we lose a game, we spend some time talking about that because you can't talk to your players later. And tomorrow we'll have to focus right on North Carolina. That's a one-day preparation. So you don't get a chance to go over this game, so you try to do what you can in the locker room after the game.
Thank you. Next question, we're going to go to Nico Tamurian.
Thanks, Liv. Thanks, Coach. Obviously, like similar question to what Mike just said there, a tough loss there. But as far as the effort in that first half to kind of come back there, what did you see from your team late in the first half when you were able to cut down that 10-point deficit and actually have a lead at halftime?
Well, actually, our effort was good in the beginning. We just made bad decisions. We made bad plays. We missed some shots, and just Allen got it going. Everybody else was in, we weren't getting enough movement, and when we did, we missed shots. We missed some easy shots, and I thought Quincy took a long time to get going. He was much better in the second half. He was attacking better, but we just had a slow offensive start, and then we moved the ball. We made some shots. We played better offensively. Again, I thought Joe was really one of his best halves of the year. He was really doing a good job getting the ball to people, running things. He got the ball back to Quincy for an easy three. I thought he did a really good job. And, Jesse did a very solid job coming in the middle. We tried John Bull, and he was not effective. I thought Jesse was. But, this was, like I said, Marek has been great for us. He just had a bad night. That's simple as that.
Thanks, Coach. The next question we're going to go to is Joshua St. Croix.
Hi, Coach. You mentioned the three-point defense in the first half. I know that kind of hurt you the last few games. How were you able to kind of get that back on track to start the game today?
Well, I think we did a better job contesting the shooters, getting them off the line. They were doing a good job trying to get it inside, but really we were okay, points-wise. I mean, we're going to give up 30. 30-some points at halftime is not really a problem. And the difference in the second half was that they converted turnovers into layups, and that really hurt us. And we broke down defensively, interior, in the second half, and that again. But when we press, they're going to get some easy baskets. They're a good team. They're a smart team. They got good ball handlers. We forced a couple turns, but they're going to get layups. They're going to get dunks at the other end. That's why we don't press. It's a desperation measure. We're not a good pressing team. But when you have to, you have to. That's the bottom line. But they're going to get some points. But, yeah, our interior defense wasn't as good. Our three-point defense was better than it's been in the last two games. But our interior defense was not good.
Thank you, Coach. We have time for 3 more questions today. We're going to go to John Johnson.
Hey, Coach. All season you've mentioned the importance of Marek and how great a player he's been for you guys. When he gets in that foul trouble, you mentioned earlier, young guys not necessarily always being ready. You went to John Bull, and then you found something with Jesse. Is it one of those situations in that where you're trying to find a guy that can give you some minutes to either spell it for Marek, and how do you go about figuring that situation out?
Well, we obviously think we're better when Marek is in there. That's why he plays the majority of the time at center for us. We watch these guys every day in practice, and we haven't seen much from these guys, from John or Jesse. We just haven't seen much in practice. I mean, we're looking all the time. We would like to play another big guy. That's what we would like to do. But if a guy doesn't do much in practice, it's really hard to just say, okay, we're going to play you now. Again, I thought Jesse did an excellent job today. He was good, did very well. There was 6 or 7 balls he couldn't get he were in his hands, and he can gradually grab those. But he again, I thought he did well today. But normally, we want Marek to be in there. That's our best group. And Marek, it wasn't really the foul troubles as much as, he just struggled today. I mean, this wasn't about foul trouble. This was, he just had a bad day. And everybody can have a bad day. It's just one of those things that happens. And he's been really consistent and solid all year. Been tremendous. But, today and Kadari's been great. He's been getting the basket and making those shots. And, he got right there. He got right where he normally gets, and he would normally make 3, 4 of those. And, he couldn't get it to go down. And, he made a couple freshman turnovers, which happens. But, he was right there, right where we'd like to see him get to the rim. And, we have to make those shots to win. But, again, Allen was great early. We would have been out of the game, but Allen made some tough shots. But he got pretty good shots, and he, and then they they moved Alvarado over onto him, which he's a very good defender, but that opened a little bit up for Buddy and Joe, too. So, again, it was really our interior defense that got us today. And that was the weak spot. But again, I like the way we battled back and really had a chance, took the lead. And then we just made really uncharacteristic turnovers. We had a 3-on-1 fast break, and Marek walked, and he never does that. He just doesn't make those kind of plays. We're looking to go. We're up 2 or 3, whatever it was for, and we're looking to go up 5 or 6, and he doesn't make those kind of mistakes. But he had one of those games.
Thanks, Coach. The next question we're going to go to is Stephen Bailey.
Hey, Jim, you touched on it a little bit there with Alvarado, but what was different about Allen's second half on offense than his first? Anything else Georgia Tech did to slow him down?
Well, they put their best guy on him. He hugged with him. He stayed with him. He's a really good defender. And, we got Quincy going early, so that was a factor. And then I thought that, Kadari got in the lane. He made some drop-offs for good buckets. But, we scored 38 points, which is deceptive. I mean, it's the same we scored in the first half. The problem is the turnovers that led to their easy baskets. That was the. I mean, we know people are going to score against us. Our defense isn't going to stop people cold. So when we had the lead, we made 2 or 3 just horrendous offensive plays, just really, really bad offensive plays that gave them baskets, and we just can't do that.
The last question we have today is from Anthony DeMundo.
Coach, you mentioned the lack of a backup behind Marek at center this year with Bull not being ready in his second year, Jesse and Frank. Do you equate that more to development, recruiting? Well, why is it that there is so little depth at center?
Well, we have centers. They're just not ready. They haven't gotten to the point where they're ready to play. We recruited John Bull as a forward. He struggled a little bit there. He's not really good at the forward position. We thought he might be able to help us at center, and he hasn't. I don't think he can help us at center anymore. I think Jesse, from the beginning, we thought he'd be 2 years. I was going to redshirt him this year until they gave everybody the red shirt. And then, of course, Boeheim got hurt. So the plan was, our center was ready this year. Boeheim was ready. And unfortunately, he got hurt and has missed the season. And it's no fault of anybody's, Jesse or coaches or anybody. Jesse's just not quite ready yet. But he's got great potential. He's getting stronger. He's working hard every day. Alan has really pushed him in the gym, extra work. But as you can see when you watch him play, he's not quite ready yet. He's getting there. I mean, he got 8 rebounds. He blocked a shot. He did some things. And a lot of the interior scoring was really the forwards not being and really contributing to the defense. But Jesse's, fine. He's getting bigger and stronger. He came in at 200 pounds. We knew this was going to take time. And I thought it would be his 3rd year. And that's why we had talked to him and his parents about redshirting this year, because we really thought he's not ready this year. Now he's getting some experience. That's good. But I think he can be a good center at this level. I just think he's just got to get stronger. He's up to 226, but you're talking about playing against guys that are 240, 250. So, Marek can use his quickness against those guys, but Jesse's sometimes just gets overpowered. But he's developing. I never thought he'd be ready this year. And he's not, but he's getting some minutes. He's learning what he has to do. I talked to him the other day at length about getting stronger. He's got good hands. He's got good touch, but he's just got to catch the ball better on the boards. He's right there. The ball's right in his hands. He's just, he just got to grab it. But I think he's made really good strides. But we didn't plan on any of the young centers playing this year. Period. We didn't think they would be ready, and they're not ready. It's pretty simple. But when you lose your center before the season starts, you just have to move on the best you can. And like I've said, Marek has hung in there and battled and got us some wins that we wouldn't get if we were having to play the young centers. Marek's done some great things in a lot of these games that we've won. It's not that easy to go to NC State and win. It's not that easy to beat NC State or Virginia Tech. And for us, it's not that easy to beat really anybody. It's unless we have a great shooting night or something like we did against Boston College, but that's rare. And we have to battle for every game, every single game. We were picked 6th or 7th in the league with our center playing, with a guy that averaged a double-double the last 6 games, and 2 of those games were against North Carolina, which obviously has got pretty good big guys. So I think if we had him, it would be a different story. You don't know that, maybe not, but I think it would have made a difference. But we never expected to have to use Jesse this year. We thought it would take another year. And, Alan's fit in. He's been really good. He still, takes some shots you can't figure out, but it's his game. He's an offensive player. That's what he's looking to try to do, and that's what we need him to do, score. And sometimes both him and Joe just pull up and take some shots that aren't good. But they do it because they want to win. They think that's how we can help us win. And sometimes we're not getting many good open looks. So, but again, we need, so we can't make mistakes. And our defense had to be better tonight inside. Every game is a little different. Last game our 3-point, we gave up too many easy threes, but this game, we did guard the 3-point line pretty good. We got them off the line, but they just hurt us inside. That was really the game, and we just never have seen Marek just have a game like this. He's been great all year. He's been the MVP of this team, hands down, and he just had one of those games today. That's all.
Thank you for your time, Coach.
Yep.
That